They're actually calling for snow tonight. It is definitely cold here this morning. Last night I was woken up by like this banging on the hull of the boat. Everything was kind of iced over this morning. But I wanted to update you on our V-berth moisture insulation situation. Travis is out of town for a couple days, and it has been super cold yesterday and today. They're actually calling for snow tonight, so that'll be kind of exciting. I'm really hoping it's snow and not rain. We took the tarp down a couple days ago because of the wind, and we haven't had rain since, so I never put it back up. So yeah, hoping for snow, not the rain. But we'll see. I mean, the boat's fine in the rain without the tarp, but it just means more leaks that I have to deal with. And the biggest thing is just leaving the boat, because when you open the hatch, if the tarp's not up, then all of the rain comes inside the boat and yeah, makes everything wet. It's cold enough out that our 2 space heaters don't quite keep up with warming the boat, and it's just kind of, I don't know, cold. But I did escape to a coffee shop for a little bit, which was also super cold. Part of the reason I went there is because I figured it'd be warm, but it was not. The fan was blowing right on me. But that's okay. Well, good morning. No snow yet to report, but it did just start raining, so maybe, just maybe. It is definitely cold here this morning though. Got both space heaters on. Not quite cutting it, but I'm about to make some coffee, so that should warm me up a bit. Is chilly in here. And in order to boil water for like coffee and tea and, well, really just to use the stove, I do have to unplug one of the space heaters in here, because with our 30 amps of power we can only run so much. So it's either the space heater or the stove. The smell of jet fuel in the morning. Going out. Last night I was woken up by like this banging on the hull of the boat, and I think it was one of the fenders that's like hanging a little lower, and that was being pushed by the water, because they can make a really loud like bang on the boat. Anyway, luckily it stopped within like an hour, which was really nice because I did not want to crawl outside and deal with it. But it's been going again this morning and I just want to check it out just to see what it could be, because sometimes it's also a log that's trapped between the boat and the dock, and I just kind of like to get those out of there. Yeah, no point in bumping up against unnecessary things, but I really am hoping it's just the fender and I can like adjust it, lift it up a little bit. Anyway. Braving the cold and the rain. Oh, yeah. This is why I like to put the tarp up. Oh, it's cold out there. Turns out it actually was a log. And I think the fender was kind of like a two item situation, but normally I'd try and actually get the log out of the water. But they're super heavy. Like this one wasn't even that big, but I think just because they're so water drenched. Anyway, they're really, really heavy. So I couldn't quite get this one out. But tide should be going out right now, so I sent it on its merry way out to the ocean. Yeah, I don't really know if that's the right thing to do, but that is what I did in this case. Because I wouldn't want to like send it to someone else's boat, but it did come from out there, so I figured if I send it back out there when the tide takes it out, it's pretty harmless, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so ready for this coffee though. It's unbelievable. But it's not quite done yet. Oh, this is so warm. I think it's going to be an inside morning this morning due to the rain and the cold. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a little bit of work done and yeah, just try and warm up. So for reference, I was just checking the weather and it says right now outside it's about 2 degrees Celsius, but it feels like -2 degrees Celsius. And then inside the boat is about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. So it's chilly. Like it's not terrible, but it's pretty chilly. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna wrap up in a blanket and have an inside day. It's one of those kinds of days. Except for this afternoon. Hopefully it's supposed to warm up this afternoon. And they're actually calling for more snow later this week as well, so. But for now, I'm gonna try and get some work done. Well, the snow just never came today. It ended up being a really nice day, so that was kind of nice. It's still very cold, but it is warming up, and I've managed to heat up the boat a little bit. This morning was just sort of a bit of a cold snap, I suppose. Anyway, I have all of the bedding torn up because I did the laundry, but I wanted to update you on our V-berth moisture insulation situation. That was sort of a really big theme of last year, is that we were dealing with moisture issues, and we have a dehumidifier now, which I still absolutely love. And yeah, so I'll go take you to check it out. Yeah, this is like the only place that I can put all the bedding, so it's kind of everywhere right now. Let's turn on a light. So I have lifted both of the mattresses because what we were getting last year is we are getting a ton of moisture on the bottom sides and at our feet. And obviously that's not good because that leads to mold. But so far the combination of insulation in the V-berth, dehumidifier, all of that kind of stuff is actually working really, really well. There's a little bit of moisture towards the end of the cushions, like where our feet are, but I think that might have been because there are a couple nights where the dehumidifier was actually filling up and it turned off and it was like damp in the V-berth. And also, just for context, last year we were turning the bed up like this, like at least once every 2 days. Like that's how much we needed to dry it out to just prevent mold. But this is the first time I've flipped this up and dried it out since like well before the summer. So if you ask me, that is a huge success. Yeah, I'm just really, really happy about it. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie, because I hadn't flipped it up in such a long time. But yeah, the system's working really well. And maybe we'll do like a whole video about how we deal with the moisture and insulation and stuff, but just a quick little update for you. Whoa. Holy! Gotta show you the sky. Look at that. Beautiful. And finally, now I know that the heated blanket is supposed to go on the bottom, but I like it on top. That is almost made. I just love having clean sheets. Probably one of the best things. I mean, there's many great things, but clean sheets is definitely one of them. There we go. Nice. Bed is made. The only kind of annoying part about using like public laundry facilities is that the clothes never seem to get as clean. Oh. Probably can't hear me, but that's sort of the annoying part. Well. On to the next thing. Good morning, everyone. It is another super cold morning here. I think actually the coldest yet. Yeah, everything was kind of iced over this morning, and oh, I thought I could see my breath in just the coffee. It's all good. It's not that cold. But yeah, like all the docks and the boats were completely frosted over this morning, which makes it really cold outside and nice and cozy in here, but it's a nice clear day, so I think it'll be a really, really beautiful day out there. This morning I'm going to try and get some more work done because I'm trying to catch up on a bunch of different things before starting a bunch of new things. The snow did not come, unfortunately, but we definitely got the cold weather, so we'll see what temperature it is today. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna get snow. Right now it's -3 degrees Celsius, and that might not sound super cold, but when the air is so moist like it is around here, it just is really bone chilling. But the space heaters are keeping up, which is nice. Sometimes I just sit at the table and like point the space heater on me and then just warm just this section, and that seems to work well. This is the last day without Jonah's here. I go to pick him up tomorrow evening, which I'm really excited about, and that's all I have to report. This coffee is amazing. It is totally warming me up. I love coffee, and as many of you may know by now, I'm a big coffee drinker, but there's no better way to drink coffee than on like a really cold morning when you actually like need that heat. I'm gonna get some work done because I'm definitely procrastinating right now. And yeah, that is all. I've decided to take on the very daunting task, which I've been putting off for months at this point, and that is to deal with our storage area. Yeah, this is like the only place, here I'll show you. This is like the only place that we have for real bulky storage on the boat, and it's getting a little out of hand. There's definitely things back there that I just don't touch because they're so hard to get to. And yeah, I've really been meaning to organize it, see what we need, see if we can take anything off the boat. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, it's a bit of a job, I'm not gonna lie, but it'll feel really good to get it done. And yeah, have a bit of a spring clean out of the boat. And I want to make it like a little more manageable so I can reach stuff at the back. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Like we kind of keep things in Rubbermaids back there to keep them dry. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, stairs are out. Let's see what else we got. This is our enclosure, which we're going to be getting up hopefully ASAP. What do we got in here? Empty containers, probably don't need that. Extra towels, probably don't need that. Oh, I don't know where to start. Just take everything out and put everything back in. Look at all the space back there. We've got floor paint, more paint, 2 pipe wrenches, oh, I've been looking for a lot of this. That's where it went. Steady. Extra material from another project. It's like memory lane coming down here. Some mess of line. Oh. Oil change kit. And a jug of empty jug. So unfortunately, here, actually I'll come get you. Okay, come here. Okay, so it's quite big in here. It's quite spacious. Unfortunately, one of our stanchions over here is dripping. That's a huge project, which we're gonna do. We're hoping soon. Anyway, it's complicated. But that does sort of leak in a little bit. So I have been trying to watch for mold. It's not moldy in there, just a little damp. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like wash it out, and I'm gonna use like a vinegar solution. A lot of you recommended using vinegar to kill mold and to help prevent it, and that's a great idea. So I'm gonna do that. Just give it a wipe down, dry it out, and then put everything back in. That's one of the big reasons why we store as much as we can, and at the very least all the important things, in containers like these. Like we just have a couple Rubbermaids, and then there's no issue of water like dripping inside, like down into the bins. So lots of times I won't actually put the lids on the Rubbermaids, but I'll take the lids and put them on the ground, and that just kind of elevates the stuff, so when the water does drip down, it doesn't get wet, just underneath the lids get wet. So that's kind of been the system that we've been using, and it's been working really well. Like, yeah, we don't have any mold issues, which is huge. Anyway, I'm gonna wipe things down, go through some stuff, and then put it all back in. Here we go. I guess we'll start here. Ooh, it's vinegary. Holy. Well, it seems to be working well. I can't remember if I'm supposed to like rinse it after, but I suppose it can't hurt to keep it on. More vinegar. It's tight under here. It's kind of crazy. This is actually like sleeping quarters. So if we had less stuff, more people, this is where they'd be sleeping. Done. Well, that feels really good to get done. At least it can fit in there now. Complete.
Faces merchant change, but your face remains.